What's going to be? How's it hanging? How's it happen? You guys know it is. This is Kevin from the Chord Progression Podcast. Hey, everybody. It is Thursday. It is the 25th of August. And today, we bring on another band that's going to be playing the When We Were Hungry Music Festival. This band is also one of my top 5 favorite bands I've ever had on the podcast. I love to do an episode of this band at least once a year, and I'm so glad we're doing it now. So before we jump into everything, I want to thank support for this podcast. So first, support is coming from Manscaped. Yes, Manscaped, the premier company for below the belt care for all you guys out there. And, well, let me put it this way to you. Yep, summer's coming to an end, but it's still hot, man. Like, it's still hot. The last thing you want is, a lot of crap going on down there where all of a sudden you're just like, oh my God, it's so hot. Oh my God, there's so much hair down here. This lawn is unkempt. So how do you get through with that? Well, let me go and show you how you work with that and get rid of that with Manscaped's Lawnmower 4.0. Yep, that's going to take care of whatever you got down there to make sure that you're smooth, slick, looking good. And on top of that, let's be honest, feeling pretty comfortable down there because all of a sudden you're not going to be like, oh God, that's it. I've also heard that if it's shorter down there, looks like it adds a couple of inches. Okay, that's kind of weird though, but this thing literally will help make that process go as smoothly as possible. So what does the Lawnmower 4.0 have for you? Well, how about this? You turn it on. Ooh, what's that? Is that a light? Yep, it's a 4K LED light so you can see exactly what you're doing down there because the last thing you want to do is have a real bad shave down there. You're like, who's going to want to look down there then? It also is waterproof, so in case you drop in water for some reason, yep, this bad boy is still going to work. And it has advanced skin-safe technology to make sure that when you're shaving down there, you don't get any cuts like you don't want any cuts on there. You want to have that skin-safe technology. This prevents it with this blade right here. Why is it more wet? It is like ceramic, actually. So, prevents it. Advanced skin-safe technology right there. Want to pick up one of your own and make sure that you're the cleanest down there as possible? Boom. Go to manscaped.com, get yourself a Lawnmower 4.0, and use the code CPP to get 20% and free shipping on your entire order. So, thank you, Manscaped. We are also sponsoring the When We Were Hungry Music Festival happening out in Las Vegas, Nevada on October 20th and 21st of 2022. This is one of the coolest festivals out there. You miss Warped Tour, this is the one to go to. Tickets are on sale now. Make sure you go and get them before they sell out because there are many great bands on this lineup that will be on the podcast as well, including Modern Day Escape, including Ovtlier, foreshadowing on something, if you haven't looked at the title. We also have Along Came a Spider, Saving Vice, Varsity, Palisades, Secondhand Serenade is headlining day 2. Who's headlining day 1? None other than Black Flag. So you can be crying your emo hearts out one set, moshing like crazy other set, and just vibe in another one. It's like fucking Warped Tour, baby. You're going to want to be there. Las Vegas, man, October 20th and 21st. Tickets on sale now when WeWereHungryFestival.com. Link is in the description of the podcast, so go there right now. Get a ticket. Find me in the pit. Pancakes in the pit. Memes in the dreams. Let's have some fun. Now it's time for a feature presentation. So why did I say massive foreshadowing when I said Ovtlier? Because, well, Ovtlier's our guest on the podcast today. So this is another incredible podcast. Whenever I talk to Joey from Ovtlier, this is one of the all-time great podcasts I always look forward to because I never know what we're going to get into, but I know it's going to be awesome. I know it's going to be profound, and this one does not disappoint as we talk about new music coming from the band, Song Living Dead, September 9th, if you're listening, playing When We Were Hungry Festival, why they're playing, how they got to play it, and just the whole entire vibe of it, how they're really digging it, everything around there. Plus, we also talk some great stuff around the music industry, around rock and metal that you're going to be like, I think these guys are right. Absolutely, because, well, this is fucking awesome. My favorite guest, one of my favorite guests to have in the podcast, Mr. Joey Arena from Ovtlier, along with Mike from Ovtlier as well, here today with us. So, let's get into it. Are you guys ready? Let's go! Yeah! Well, ladies and boys and girls, listeners of the Chord Progression Podcast. This is bound to be one of my favorite interviews of 2022. Every time I have this band on the podcast, My God, it's always one of the best ones. So, of course, that's why I'm wearing their shirt right now that I bought at their show back in October of 2021. And they've got new music they're working on. They're going to be at the When We Were Hungry Music Festival. And holy shit, are you in for one hell of an episode? So please welcome Joey Arena and Mike from Ovtlier to the podcast. So, Mike, first off, welcome to the Chord Progression Podcast. And Joey, always a pleasure, man. Welcome back.
Good to be back.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys. So how's it been going in your world as of late? Because I know you guys have been busy as all hell, like for the past couple of like months, weeks, whatever. It's been nuts.
Yeah, we've been crazy busy at the, we've had some like one-off shows and like some festival stuff, and staying a little bit busy and active, out there as much as possible. But we changed up a lot of stuff on our end. We have a whole new team we're working with now. So on the back end, aside from having a new team, new representation, we are also just insanely busy in the studio, getting ready to release, like, honestly, our best work yet. And I know I keep saying that, but I think it's like I am forever just pushing the envelope with this stuff, and I'm trying to keep it as surprising and entertaining as possible, because I don't want our fans to forever like expect the same thing. Lightning don't strike twice with us, so I want to keep like things fresh and keep adding new elements of rock and metal to our sound, and just again keep the world and honestly keep ourselves guessing here. But we're dropping our next single September 9th. So we're dropping a new single called Living Dead, and you're hearing it today. So we have not even announced it really, but Living Dead drops September 9th, and we are anticipating a massive release, like our biggest release yet. We have such a big team built around this release, and we cannot wait to see all of the hard work kind of come to fruition on this. And that's it, man. We'll see where it goes from there, but we're just kind of setting ourselves up for a successful 2023 at this point, as we near the final quarter of the year for music.
And that is something that is absolutely just like blowing my mind right now. The fact that we're going to get a new single from you in a matter of weeks, and just seeing, especially listening to the band and kind of listening to the things that have come out since, the first time we spoke. And then of course, the most recent time we spoke and the last time I saw you play live, the quality of the music is just getting more and more insane. Like, I'm just listening and like, there is so much more going on here. There's so much more. This is rawness that's to the emotion that is through everything. Because of course, if I'm going to go through this stuff, like, of course I'm going to go through and I'm going to analyze the most recent song that you have. I went through Nemesis. Of course, I'm just like, dude, this is like the most intense thing I've heard from you guys yet. But now I don't know what to expect next. Like, if you're telling me that there's even better stuff coming out, I'm just going to be like, all right, so September 9th, I'm probably going to have to, lock myself in my car and just drive like 120 miles an hour down I-94 to just being like, ah! And just like headbanging like crazy. Maybe if I get pulled over by a cop, I'm just going to be like, dude, I'm listening to Ovtlier. And he'll probably be like, okay, hold here for like 3 minutes. All right, just play this. I just want to hear the whole entire thing. And then hopefully get let off with a warning.
Wait, Ovtlier with the V? Yeah, okay. Actually, I pulled them over for shrooms the other day, actually.
Say if they pulled you over for shrooms the other day and you were here around where I'm gonna be like, dude, why don't you let me know? We would have gotten a beer or something. God damn it,
right? I know, right? Yeah, no, dude. So Living Dead is not necessarily like. So Nemesis, like you said, our most recent release, we wanted to get it out there fast, just to kind of like strike while the iron was hot, because we had Blame the Dead was really new, and then we put Nemesis out a few weeks later just to keep it going, and then really focus on all this new stuff with this new team. So new team equals new music and all that stuff. And Living Dead is going to be not so much on the heavier side, but it's such a catchy song. It's a very catchy song. I think people that are big fans of like Buried Me Alive, like are more like any like I guess songs that were a little bit more popular on the radio, it'll fit more in that category. So especially because it's going to be pushed very hard to radio, it's going to be something that we are really hoping that it's opening new doors to so many new avenues.
The chorus is just so good. It's got like a chant that like it's almost like a gang vocal. I don't know. It's like You'll see. It's awesome. Like it's got such a hook that everyone like live. I feel like once they know the song, everyone's gonna be like
Yeah,
right there.
we tested it out on tour actually, and people were singing along by the second time the chorus came through. And that's usually something that's pretty special, especially for a song that's not even out at all. So that means like, playing it live, it was represented with enough clarity for people to understand everything from a new song that's just they can't even go back and reference. So that tells me it's like a special song, and I can't wait to see um, what people really think about it.
Well, especially if you're playing it live and people are doing that, call and response type stuff with you, chain it back after the second run through the chorus. So they're already picking up on it. And it kind of speaks to, think about a bunch of other songs that kind of have that like chant feel to them where the audience is getting in a live setting. Most of those songs end up being the ones that really stick and really stand out in terms of the whole entire discography because people can connect them. People can really get into them and feel a part of it. Think about like, of course, Queen with We Will Rock You. I mean, everyone gets that. You can literally play it by stomping your feet and clapping your hands and singing along. Or from more of like a metalcore sense, think about like every time Bringing the Horizon plays Shadow Moses and everyone just starts screaming out, "This is Sempiternal." Whole, it's something like that just brings everyone together. It creates such this powerful, impacting feel in a live setting because now everyone's singing along to it. You hear that power behind it, and it's infectious at that point.
Yeah, you're right. It's exactly what we were going for too. Like Joey and I love like 80s songs, 80s music, and like we always talk about those big, heavy what's those group choruses, just the ones that you can't forget. And I think we aim for that with every song. Just about we want something that you guys are going to remember and carry out, so when you're leaving the show you're still singing along in your head.
Yeah, so of course, as the night is done, we're all leaving When We Were Hungry Festival. Like I'm hoping that the one song I have stuck in my head is Living Dead. Like I want that song to be stuck in my head when I'm going back to the hotel and being like, God damn it, Joe, you guys fucking killed it, man. Damn.
Yeah, dude. Actually, that's great. Yeah, because it's gonna be out. It'll be out before then, so we're definitely putting it into the set. And yeah, dude, it'll be fun. I can't wait for that festival, man. I can't wait to just go
We're
to
so
Vegas.
excited.
We're gonna take we're gonna take a little bit of time off in Vegas and just work on some other stuff out there with some friends, and just honestly, hopefully, have a day or two just to ourselves as a band, just to kind of get stupid in that city.
I think every day is going to be great. Like we're just so excited to go out there and hang out, be in Vegas.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't want to be excited to go out there and be out there during that time? Because when I was talking with John from Secondhand Serenade about this whole entire thing as well, it's like you have When We Were Hungry with all the bands that are out there really bringing back that like Warped Tour vibe kind of thing. But then the next 2 days, you have that whole entire When We Were Young Fest. So you have all these like rock, metal, emo kids like swarming Vegas at the same time. So it's just gonna be like this large weekend of like, this is the best place to be if you like this kind of music. So for you guys to even be a part of that, like that's insanely awesome to the point where I'm looking at these ticket sales. I'm like, God damn, I keep talking to people like, oh yeah, we're going to When We Were Hungry. I'm like, how is that? Oh, okay. I didn't know you guys were doing that. Like people I would never expect to do that. I've got someone I work with in my full-time job. I told her about it and she's like, yeah, me and my friends already bought tickets. We're good. And I'm like, huh?
That's great.
Did I do good or something?
That's great, dude. And I love that William and all the modern day guys just did this as like a joke, man. It was just a meme that went serious. And honestly, that's the best ideas are like that, man. You just put them out sometimes and you see people go like, yeah, actually this would be amazing. And you're like, oh, okay, I got to make this shit work now. And like you said, man, that Warped Tour mark. I mean, dude, I freaking was, I wrote a few songs for Rookie of the Year, and Ryan, the singer of Rookie of the Year, is a good buddy of mine. And, all those guys, my old band Youngbloods, which Mike was actually in, we played Warped Tour. We toured with half of these bands like back in the day and shared, the road with them in so many different like festivals and stuff like that. And it's great to see like everybody coming together. And granted, Outlier is, not from that time, but it's I'm from that time, and and those are like all my boys. So it's like I can't wait to see people and just talk shit and relive memories and just have a good time. Honestly, I think it's going to be a great just a great all around environment.
I think the after party is going to be dope too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, with like all those guys doing like their own like DJ sets and like probably playing like 3-4 songs. I know Will's doing it, and I'm seeing Mike just point over at Joey. So I'm assuming Joey's doing it too.
Yeah, I mean, I was asked. We'll see. We'll see if I join in. My boy Robert asked me if I wanted to do it. I told him I'm totally down to do it. So, as far as any details locked in further that I've yet to hear, but either way, I'll be there. I'll be partying. I'll be having a good time. Even though I got to perform the next day, so I'm going to be kind of lame. I'm definitely going to go way harder Friday night, though.
Friday, we're going to go ham.
Friday night, I'm losing all my clothes and my mind.
It's basically be the second stop of last tour.
See, now you're bringing that up, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be nuts because I'm only out there for those 2 days. I'm going out there for the Thursday, Friday, but I have to leave at like 6 a.m. on Saturday morning because I've got a buddy that's getting married here in Milwaukee, and I have to be back here for the wedding. So I told him just basically have like a case of Red Bull at the wedding for me so I can function because
maybe there's some water, Red Bull, and some aspirin, right?
Yeah, because I'm like, what's gonna happen on that between Friday night and between me getting on that plane? I have no fucking idea. But all I know is by the time I get home, a week later, I'm gonna look back and be thinking, oh my God, that's might be one of the best I've ever had in my entire life. Like, I'm planning on that shit and planning on just going nuts and just seeing whatever happens with not only all the bands I've been able to talk to, interview, build relationships with, but also just like the people I know that are going to know that are going out there and just having fun with everybody. Like, that's the thing. It's the whole family vibe that's created around there. It's just really infectious, which is why I can't wait to go out there. And I like along with you guys as well.
I think it's going to be great. Like Joey and I can't stop talking about it because like we're just so excited to like go out, and it's more than a show for us. Like we get to bro down and like just experience a good weekend of just like us as a group with every other buddy that like shares our likes, our music. It's just gonna be great. I can't wait.
All the Gemini guys are out in Vegas too for the most part. So like, and we're gonna be like spending a lot of time with them. They've become really like just like family for us. So that tour, well, the two tours we went out with them, like we just established such a bond with them, and they're just some of the most genuine and amazing people we've met in this industry. And so we, like I said, we're going to be out there. We're going to be hanging out with friends. We're going to just be getting wild, but we're going to also just try to like, maybe have a mini vacation. Maybe we'll take a day and just like actually vacay as much as possible. But
I feel like we should fly back Monday.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll push it back further.
One more day, whatever.
One more day.
Say take the 1 day. Take the 1 day to vacay, which might end up including Joey with no clothes on running down the Vegas Strip, just going, look at me.
And party, man. You know what? If I got to spend a night in Vegas just to show that I had a great time, then, or like, I mean, a night in jail in Vegas just to show I had a good time, then I guess that's just, as long as it gets good press. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter.
I mean, at this point in time,
Tommy Lee did it today, so whatever.
I was going to say, at this point in time, literally anything that can, like, that would be seen as negative when it comes to rock and metal, it's like, anything that's seen like that, it could be really going as, like, come up as good press. I mean, look at what fucking happened with Tommy Lee. Pretty much anything that the band Avoid has ever done, like, anytime anything's gone negative for them, they turn into a massive positive. It's just like, if you're able to turn around and, like, make it into a massive positive for your band, just with how you react to it, I mean, the sky's the limit with what it can do.
I think it comes down to also not taking yourself serious, man. I really think that like things like Tommy Lee, like what his stunts, his publicity stunts, or whatever you want to call them. Like, I mean, dude, I think it's just, I don't know, obviously his intentions, but just assuming they used to have that rock and roll, fuck yeah attitude, maybe he's just like, because the world's like, we've had these talks, but the world's gone so soft, man, that even in rock and metal, most of these musicians are not even being their genuine selves. They have to post certain things to cater to certain audiences. And it's all about like, just validation to the, and because they think it's going to help their band get further. So they got to like join these little herds of,
censored crybabies.
just like everything. But it's like, dude, like if Tommy Lee's gonna take his fucking clothes off and post a picture, then fucking that's rock and roll in itself, man. I mean, rock and roll to me is like it's unfortunately, music like punk and rock and roll and hardcore has become more about image and less about attitude. And it was all attitude. It didn't matter how you dressed to be punk rock. I mean, punk was an attitude.
You
It's
just
not
don't
an
give
image.
a fuck, right?
And that's like, I grew up on all that shit, man. And I swear, I do, I try to be sometimes mature as possible, but like deep down, man, I'm a fucking rebel at heart, dude. And I like to just poke the bear at times and just like, just have a fucking good time and not take shit serious, honestly. So, post your dick out, man, whatever.
I'm doing it right now.
Because even when I saw that posting, my first thought was, Tommy, you broke 2 of the 3 Blue Mountain State rules for dick pics. 1, well, at least you didn't show any balls, but 2, you showed your face, and 3, you mass texted it. You broke the rules, man. Like, that was my reaction to it. Just because,
dude, Blue Mountain State.
One of my favorite shows.
Hell
One
yes.
of my favorite shows, hands down.
Dude, oh my God. The fucking pocket pussy one is the fucking best.
So, there's not one bad episode. Like, it was such a great show. Like, oh my God.
Oh my God. What an underappreciated show.
It really was, dude. It was. And what was the big dumb Jack football guy's name?
Thad Castle.
Thad. Yeah. So
Thad.
he's like his new show rules. He's like Jack Reacher. Fucking Alan, I can't remember, Richardson or Richardson.
He's such a
he's a beast. He's the man. But
he's awesome.
He was one of my favorite characters in that fucking show.
Just like jacked up, like looks like he's on steroids, acts like that, but all of a sudden has like the super high pitched voice and the screams and just
dude, yeah, it totally looks like an Abercrombie model, but just like the funniest personality ever.
Oh, he's the man.
The dumbest, most like steroid up jock Abercrombie and Fitch model, and also loves to play with Oksana. Just leave it at that.
Yeah. Stick Oreos in his ass.
So many. I forgot about that.
I'm pretty sure while you guys are going out to Vegas, it's just gonna be like, all right, we have to watch Blue Mountain State on the road out there now. Like, this is the only way possible.
Yo, that's a great idea.
Oh my God, we should do the Oreo challenge actually as a band.
I don't think I could.
You eat that ookie cookie.
Now I'm assuming that the reason you guys can get put in Vegas jail is because you break into the Raiders stadium, you put the cookies between your ass cheeks, and you run down to the end zone.
Worth it.
And you play the dramatic music in the background as well. You guys are wilding down the field.
Oh my God, dude, so worth it. That would be the best story ever, and every press outlet would pick
How
it
did
up.
you get arrested? I had cookies in my ass, and I was just going for it. Just going.
Rock band Outlier does the cookie challenge and breaks in the Raider Stadium, and fucking the 4 of them, no audience, just the 4 of their dumbasses decided it's a good idea to do this. Not for anybody but themselves.
No one watched.
Nobody cares, but we were just doing it for fun.
No, that one lady cared who called the cops on us.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole entire thing will be, the question, why did you guys do this? And the answer is going to be, it was fun.
Why not? Yeah. Why not? We weren't doing anything else.
We just want to see who actually would lose and eat the cookie.
I'm not losing.
I'm pretty sure there'd be 5 people in there because I'd find my way in there, be like recording this up, like, and all of a sudden sent to the press. I was like, you want to see what actually happened? Like, here it is. And all of a sudden add the dramatic music to the back end and just like edit it in so you get all the Thad Castle like scream. They're just like,
oh my God. Oh my God, that'd be great.
That'd be really amazing, actually.
There
he goes.
I'll say it would be, but kind of thinking about like kind of something you said before that, Joy, where it's like when it comes to like rock, when I get that punk rock sound, it's like it's more about image and less about like the attitude. Kind of equate it to something else. Think about like WWE wrestling when it was like the late 90s or 2000s, like the attitude era as they call it. Like that was the best time wrestling because people got to be themselves and it was their genuine selves, their genuine just like love of their character, just let it all out was what made them great. I mean, people reference it all the time. Like think Stone Cold, The Rock, just letting these guys riff, go nuts and watching Stone Cold
one-liners.
Spray Mr. McMahon with beer and then flip him off and throw his hat at him and just scream and curse at him. And now all of a sudden, like they went to the PG era and it was all about image. And then the product just completely tanked. And taking a look at like rock and metal in terms of like pop culture, it seems like when it became more about the image and less about the attitude and actually being who you are and having that like persona that could potentially make you larger than life, the image just kind of forced it down to where look at like pop music or like look hip hop and rap. Like artists that are out there being their own selves and kind of having that more genuineness to them, to what they actually are the ones that are rising to the top and the ones that are more prominent in pop culture.
Dude, you hit the nail on the head, especially with like pop and rap. I mean, I don't know what it is about the genres, but there's such a forgiveness, a different level of forgiveness in every genre. I feel like rock and metal, which is literally the most attitude genre of music there is, it has the most uptight, the most uptight and least forgiving type of and this is not, I'm not blanketing everybody, but there just seems to be a lot more less forgiving type of people in that follow, those genres. But rap and pop literally do way worse stuff, and nobody tries to cancel them. Nobody does anything. No, yeah, dude, it's just like, okay, like it makes a headline, and then that's it, dude. I mean, nobody says anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just
different standards are held.
Yeah, and that's really, I don't know what that is or what that comes down to. I don't know if it's just pop and rap or literally the new rock and metal, like as far as the attitude that goes to it. But it's definitely different, and everybody feels, a lot of musicians that I've talked to, and keeping it real, they can't publicly be themselves half the time. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just lighthearted jokes that could be unfortunately taken into such just taken in wrong ways, honestly, because it's like sarcasm can't exist anymore now, or just like dark jokes. Like, I love dark comedy, you know what I'm saying, but like,
it's my favorite.
Even them, like those guys, I feel like dark comedy is almost at a kind of coming to an end in certain ways now too. So it's just it's sad, because it's like, what happened to just, you know what, I don't like it, I don't vibe with it, whatever, leave it alone, you know what I'm sayit? But no, like, people have to go to the ends of the earth now to, like,
so if they don't like it, they wouldn't want anybody to,
and like, they want to eradicate it because they can't fucking handle it. It's like, it's very I mean, dude, so many bands that I like, if I met them as artists, I probably wouldn't like them as people, but I'm not gonna not listen to their music even if they are shitty people. Like, you can still put out a great piece of art and maybe suck as a human being, but like, who cares? Like, leave it at that, leave it at arm's length. It's not like you need to be a good Samaritan, like a choir boy. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, what?
Makes no sense.
I don't know, that's just my thought.
I have to agree with you, because it doesn't make any sense in a genre and a type of music that's driven off of that, like, like sometimes aggressive attitude and just really that being upfrontness. And you take a look again, using Motley Crue as the perfect example. Were those guys perfect humans? I mean, take a look at the shit that they did. Take a look at the shit Tommy Lee did. Yeah, they're not perfect humans, but they have that larger than life persona, and that's why so many people connect with them. Even when they're on tour right now, and it looks like, you're bringing out like geriatric Vince Neil, who can hardly move around on stage. And even though Mick Mars, there is the medical condition out there, he's still playing, but it's just kind of stagnant up on stage, but still can fucking shred. And then everything else going around the band, you still remember what they were back when they were in the 80s, and just how absolutely insane these guys were, and how much of an impact it had positively on their brand, on their music, just on their whole selves as a career, just by being their goofy ass party loving selves. But again, you take a look at it now, and I totally have to agree with where you're coming from with rock and metal, where it's like at certain times when stuff is said or stuff is done, fans are really just, like you said, it's either I like it, or if I don't like it, it has to go away. No, you cannot like something. That's fine. But instead of putting so much effort into being like, this needs to go away, why not just go to something else that you like? Because other people are going to probably like what you don't like. Just let it be, because hell, I probably don't like some of the stuff that you like. You guys probably don't like some of the stuff that I like. Who gives a shit?
Who cares?
Right? No one cares.
No one's going to care.
Yeah, dude, I think that, again, people, I don't know why they look for personality trait. It's like they're looking at them like they're going to be dating them. Like they need them to be a certain type of mold of person. It's like, you're not getting that close. You're either like their music or you don't. It's really as simple as that. I mean, that's the point of an artist. I mean, when I buy a fucking Picasso painting, I don't know what he's like as a human. I don't care. The guy he made some good art, and that's what I like. I liked his, and it's funny because you know, I Picasso has his abstract self, which I'm not a fan of, and then he's got his realism or his more, you know, paint, you know, his brushstroke, like, you know, whatever. And like I like that style more than his abstract art. So it's just like preference. And again, I think at the end of the day, it's all subjective, man. So, you know, like again, you know, live and let live on all sides of it, and you just really stop trying. Like, dude, what do they always say? Like they always would say, never meet your idols, because like you'll be let down, man. I mean, shit, like I said, if some of my favorite musicians, if I actually don't want to meet them, because I like the idea I have of them, and I like liking their music right where it is, but it's like, you know, because God forbid they're a shitty human, I'm gonna be like, oh damn, man, like now it's gonna be hard to want to like listen to your stuff. But let it go, man. It doesn't matter. They can still create good art and just be shit humans at the end of the day. You know, final statement. So, like when I listen to an artist, it's not because I'm like supporting their personal life, you know. And I think that's where people today, unfortunately, don't know how to separate. They don't know how to separate it anymore. So,
I heard a lady bitching about Tom Cruise at the new Top Gun.
I get a kick out of that shit.
I go, why the fuck are you here?
Yeah, like I get a kick.
Why?
I get a kick out of the Tom Cruise thing because like everybody's like, when you bring it up, like back in the day, you bring up Tom Cruise and every girl's, oh, he's so handsome, he's so hot. Every girl thought he was so hot. And then like I remember like when he was dating Katie Holmes and all that stuff kind of came out, and he was jumping on the couch, and like he had these like moments of like, again, publicity
normal
stunts.
I don't know, maybe just being a normal person,
or just whatever it was. But again, it's like, oh, he's fucking crazy and he's this and he's into Scientology. Okay, I'm not a Scientologist. I'm not part of their religion or whatever the hell it is. I don't care to be a part of it. But does he make some fucking amazing movies? And is he one of the greatest
99% of the time, everything's great.
Absolutely. Yeah. I fucking love Tom Cruise's shit. Yep. So it's like, again, I don't care to know him as a fucking person. That dude wants to live his life how he wants, and that's fine. And just
keep making bangers. That's
it, man. Keep
making bangers so I can keep watching them.
Yeah. I think I just kind of came up with an idea for like why this might be happening too, because take a look at a lot of like a lot of people that are more in rock and metal now that are kind of in that realm of fandom where it's, if they don't like something, they're going to kind of go after it. It's like if they don't like an artist just because of, you know, maybe that person is not that good of a person, but their music really has resonated with them at some point in time. All of a sudden that person does something they don't like and they just like, damn that person all hell, damn their music all the hell. It might honestly be because you take a look at the way social media is. People have a lot of access to these artists and they feel like they're more personally connected to them because of how much more focused they are in an online setting. That lack of actual human interaction has been, you know, kind of stripped away. The pandemic really stripped it away when we were all locked inside our houses, couldn't really go anywhere. And the only kind of communication we could have was anything online, something like this, text, just, you know, message over social media, whatever it might be. So people kind of, especially maybe some of the younger generation, equated those relationships to be more real relationships. So they had this feeling of like, you know, just being able to connect with these artists and like see what they tweeted, see what they posted as like an actual authentic thing. So because that same thing, you know, you don't want to meet your idols because you're going to be let down. It feels like they've, you know, maybe made that connection because that's what they think is an actual personal connection. So when that does happen, they're not able to, you know, process this. They want to eradicate it so they don't have to feel bad about it in a certain way. It's kind of a weird thing, but it might actually be the case.
No, that makes sense. And I think because social media, there's such little privacy now, and everybody wants to just dump their shit and their emotions all over the internet. And it's just this fucking cesspool of just look at me, listen to me, what's going to generate the most reactions. It's just this whole, everybody is seeking validation. And I don't care what anybody wants to call it. That's just what it is. And it's fine, you know, because it's just kind of the way of the world now. So we've made it normal to be that way. But like you said, people, you know, artists are more reachable than ever now. And it's just a thing that I guess maybe does just come with that territory. If you are, especially the artist that shares a lot of your personal shit online too, you're going to get attacked. You're going to, you know, have people that are, I mean, everybody's a tough guy behind the fucking screen. I mean, that's just the other thing too, is everybody forgot what it's like to get fucking socked in the face or never got socked in the face. And it's like, dude, and that's, it's kind of like, you know, not that I'm like condoning violence, but if you got a big fucking mouth, you should get fucking slapped, and that's it. Like, humble the fuck out a little bit because there's consequences. And, you know, that's just, you you're gonna go running your mouth and being an online troll and a bully. I mean, what happens to bullies in real life? You know what I'm saying? They eventually, karma usually catches up to them in some sort of way. So there is a level of artists being reached that is like going to allow cancellation, I guess. But I've also seen artists get away with not getting canceled because they just don't feed into it. Like they brush it off. And people also have the attention span of lab rats. So whatever they're like fixated on right now, the news will drop something about Trump tomorrow and completely just eradicate like this artist getting attention, and like or it's about this artist did this, or this person showing their wiener. This person's like posting nudes, and like, who's Kim Kardashian marrying this week? So it's there's always something popping up every couple days. And I think that if you just kind of like, you said something that was taken out of context, or, the wrong way, and you had good intentions, or you were just joking and being like a normal fucking human being, just wait it out. Honestly, like, who cares? I also just think it comes with a level of just not giving a fuck. I mean, if you don't care, you just
can't be affected.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like one person that always like, especially in music, that sticks out with that, where just like people have tried to like bring as much onto him and cancel him as much as possible, and just never gave a fuck and never really fed into it. And they're like, oh my god, I apologize. Is Ronnie Radke from Falling in Reverse? It's the amount of shit that guy has gotten for. I mean, is he a good person? Is he a bad person? I've never met the guy, so I can't actually say anything about it. But with the amount of shit that he's gotten, just kind of has been brushing off, reacting to it in a different way, not just feeding into it. And they're on fucking tour with Papa Roach, co-headlining, like sometimes arenas even. And it's fucking nuts.
Watching that.
Yeah, dude. Like you said, Ronnie's a good example of that. And I don't know him personally, but he's an opinionated guy, and he does what he wants, and he walks to the beat of his own. That's it, dude. Like, it's just, and that's it. You don't like him, don't fucking follow him. You don't like him, don't go to his fucking shows. It's very simple.
Pretty easy.
Like, dude, I think our problems today are very easy. Like, we don't have crazy problems now, and I feel like we've gotten so bored as a society that we're just like nitpicking things, or things that maybe are like this much in society. We got to like take them and put them on the fucking scope and highlight them to make them this big thing, like, where I'm like looking around, really, was that really a big problem? Because I see a lot of people, man, and I live in a city, and I don't hear these things, so I don't know why this is like such a big thing, or to be made of such a big thing. So
yeah, honestly, neither do I. And it might be another piece to kind of bring it to where you guys said, where people just kind of like looking for that validation and looking for that attention anywhere they can get. Because a perfect example of that, honestly, is what happened to like all of a sudden Metallica blowing up because of Stranger Things, because of the Master of Puppets piece in there. All of a sudden, some person on TikTok is like, oh, cancel Metallica. Here's some certain things they did back in like 1985. And it's just, are you doing this because Metallica got super popular in pop culture again, and you're just able to ride the coattails of that to bring up something like this because people are going to be attracted to that sort of negative ideology? Because, if it's positive news, it's like, some people just kind of brush it off. But if it's something that's negative, humanity is just like focusing in on it because I don't know why. It's just kind of in our nature. It's just like, something bad's happening. Ooh.
Well, and that's the thing, though. I mean, dude, Eminem said it back in the day, like, just controversy is a thing that everybody just goes to, and that's just it's just what it is. And that's why, like, at the end of the day, man, it's just kind of again, like, I mean, if I strapped the camera to every single person's fucking ass, I would have dirt on everybody in this world, even the most trollish person that wants to call anybody out for their bad behavior. Like, I will fucking find something on you, but you're just lucky because you have no fucking friends and nobody can call any dirt on you. So, but again, Ronnie Radke, I don't know him as a person, and I have, you do hear things, somebody will take his Twitter and, share something he said, and, maybe try to find something to hate about it. I don't know, I'm speaking generally. I don't follow the guy's Twitter. But, like, didn't he have a microphone thing that happened, or he threw a mic stand at somebody one time?
Did he?
I think he did. I don't follow his career. I don't know much, but like I heard that he did that once, I think. And was that intentional?
So I forgot what band I had in the podcast, but like the show that happened at, like they were actually playing that show as well. I forgot what band it was, but basically the story went where it was Six Flags was trying to do some like bring in some concerts and stuff, so they had like a metal night, and Falling in Reverse was one of the bands, and apparently Ronnie just like was feeling it, just like getting lost in the music, just getting lost in the craziness. So he just threw the mic stand into the crowd, and it hit someone in the face. And by the end of it, like the whole entire piece of it was Six Flags said we are never doing any rock or metal music in our parks ever again because of that. Basically, because Ronnie Radke killed rock or metal at Six Flags, and then people are constantly trying to go after him for it. But in the end, like he ended up, meeting with the person that got hit in the face. They ended up having their nose broken, and Ronnie paid for all the medical bills and expenses.
Dude, then that's
not bad at all.
I mean, it sucks to have obviously your nose broken, but I mean, dude, he that's the most important thing, man, is righting your wrongs and to the best of your ability. You can't erase the fucking past, but you can learn from it and move forward, and that's the best thing. From going based on what you just told me, that sounds like honestly he handled it in a way that
perfect.
Yeah, I would have done the same.
Fucked up and said sorry.
Dude, you do get lost on the stage. I mean, I don't really toss shit into the crowd, but like
you should start.
So start chucking like full water bottles. But
hydrate.
But yeah, I mean, you do get lost in stage, man, and like sometimes you zone out and you just feel your own shit, man, and then you're just vibing off the crowd, and I guess you gotta launch something at somebody.
You just gotta launch it.
I'll say this. How about instead of launching something at us, how about we just do what I said we were talking about last time in the podcast? In the crowd, we'll launch stuff at you, but it's not going to be, like bottles or anything. We're going to toss flowers your way. It's like at the end of the show, throw bouquets of flowers.
Throw a bouquet. Yep. There you go.
It'll smell good.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, I've still been remembering that from the last time we talked. I'm like, shit. I'm gonna have to bring fucking flowers to when we were hungry, and all of a sudden, like at the end of the set, just like throw them up on stage, like right at you, and see what happens. It's like,
were we talking about the Tony Bennett concert?
Yeah.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I was like, we're gonna make Joey feel like Tony Bennett for a night.
Oh my god, I'll be Tony Bennett in like fucking 50 years. I'll be like this little old Italian guy on stage, serenading a bunch of gray-haired women.
Kills it.
Oh, he's fucking perfect. Yeah. Tony Bennett's the man.
Crushes it.
Oh, it will be. I know you said like that was like the best concert you've ever seen in your entire life. I'm like, God damn it, I should actually go and see Tony Bennett now, but I haven't had a chance to. So,
dude, hands fucking down, bro. I mean, again, pitch perfect, dude. Put on just an amazing performance from beginning to end. Told his life story, and the band played a legit hour and a half. The band did not stop. The band just continued playing, and they would interlude between these songs. It was just fucking amazing. It was awesome.
Shit. Are we gonna get like a full? I would say we're gonna get like a full on Tony Bennett style set from you guys when we were hungry, because that would be it. I'm not sure if Mike would be like, okay, I gotta like play consistently for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, no, we actually, we did talk about. I would love to do a big band like reimagined of one of our songs. It would be hysterical.
I still think we should do it.
Yeah, we should do a big band version of Spineless.
Hey, is anyone else doing a big band version of stuff like that?
Dude, nobody does a reimagined version like as like a big band like reimagined version of their song. So I came up with the idea of it. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be hysterical, especially
I think it'd be amazing,
especially singing You're Fucking Spineless, but just like singing it all like Frank
Elevator,
Sinatra.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, fucking spineless.
Yep, exactly.
Ooh, yeah. Exactly. But then you got like, if you're gonna you gotta come in like full on suit and whatnot. You gotta have like a gin and tonic in your hand at the same time as well. You just gotta be fully into this thing.
Of course, Dean Martin. Oh yeah, it'll be perfect. Hair all crooned back and everything.
Oh shit! Maybe honestly, because I know you guys are recording stuff right now. You got 2 months until the festival. Come on, we got time.
I know.
I don't think so, but we.
I know, right? That would. Oh my god, that'd be fucking hysterical, dude. I don't have enough studio days for that.
No.
We gotta book more.
That'd be a whole week.
I know.
For that one song.
We gotta get trumpet players.
Yeah.
Gotta get horns
out.
trumpet, trombone. You might need the clarinets and the flutes. You might need violins, violas. You might need the big old cellos. Cello. You got a bass right there. Just
Nice.
So speaking a little bit more about the festival, I always like to ask this question around everyone that's been at the festival or going to the festival. How did you guys get to become a part of this thing? Because when I saw that Outlier was going to be on the bill, again, my first thought was, I get to fucking throw flowers at Joey. Yeah! But how did you guys get to be on the bill for this absolutely incredible festival? This whole entire thing, especially for the first year of it.
Yeah, honestly, it was very loosely. It was a very loose conversation between me and William. It was just me laughing and congratulating him on it. I think they announced maybe 4 bands or something at the time, 5 bands, and I kind of told them because we're between agents right now, so at the time we had just started self-representing, so I just reached out to him on a whim. And I was just yo, I'm dude, if there's any room on something like that, I go, we gotta plan a trip out to Vegas, honestly, anyway. So we would love to come out there and party. And he goes, all right, hell yeah. So he goes, what's your guarantee? And we just locked everything in. We just made business happen. So it was really such a loosely placed thing. And so we were just kind of hell yeah. So when he came back at it, and I just forwarded him over to our publicist, and she locked in the deals with him, and that was it, man. We're just hell yeah, we're stoked on that. So again, I think this whole thing with this tour has just been a loosely done up thing that somehow got really caught fire and taken super serious, and everybody's oh shit, this is happening. This is dope.
Even when I had Will and Mel on the podcast back in April to talk about it, everyone was still kind of wait, is this a legitimate thing? And I'm just I've been following this thing since day one. I know this is fucking legitimate. And because I think the only bands they had at that point in time that were announced were, of course, Modern Day Escape, because of course, if it's Will's festival, Will and his band are going to be playing it.
Right.
Along Came a Spider was also on there, and then Dropout Kings. I think those were the 3. So all of a sudden, you just reaching out to him, and all of a sudden, nonchalantly somehow just oh yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Oh shit.
Yeah, we were
on the bill. Fuck yeah.
We locked everything in very early. Maybe even May.
I feel like it was right before summer started.
Yeah, maybe April. I don't know, dude. It was very soon. It was maybe it was after those first 3 were announced or something like that. So it was very very early like that. So, but yeah, we're thrilled, man. Like I said, we're gonna bring we're bringing some of that new metal and rock and metal to a lot of there's gonna be a lot of screamo, a lot of post-hardcore. There's a lot of old emo and shit. So it's gonna be such a diverse, dude. That was my favorite thing about Warped Tour, though, man, was the diversity that especially the earlier days of Warped Tour and stuff, shit. Man. I mean, I saw AFI there, 30 Seconds to Mars, Katy Perry. So many people that you would not expect to necessarily be there were there. I mean, AFI you'd expect it, but even 30 Seconds to Mars being there, I felt was really cool because it wasn't expected from a band like that, I suppose. But
I remember one year I played, as soon as we got done playing, Eminem was playing right across the field, which was crazy.
Yep, I remember that.
And then right after that was Under Oath, and it was what a crazy
and dude, day. That's the best way to unite people is to put on diverse shows.
Yep.
Bring all expose everybody to so many different styles of music and so many other things. Dude, in music's all subjective, and it's so many people. This festival is going to draw on an awesome crowd. It's going to draw on such a diverse crowd. Some people are going to have no idea. They're probably going to stand there quietly, go I like this, but I don't know what to do right now with myself. So it's and then there's going to be people that are just going to go there to relive their younger years of again, Warped Tour and stuff like that, which but again, it's just going to be it's I don't know. I'm really stoked for Modern Day and Will and what they did for this. I'm really happy for them. I try to every now and then when they post something new, I'll just let them know dude, I'm so stoked for you. This is really, I'm really happy. I like seeing people and friends do things think outside the box and just do things and just try something new. That's what everything's really about. I love that shit so much. But dude, and Madball, hell fucking yeah, dude. Again, old fucking hardcore shit, man. That's what I grew up on. So give me that, dude. I'm stoked on it. I'm stoked to even see Black Flag, with Mike Vallely being the singer, because I was a skateboarder growing up. So, that's gonna be fucking tight. That's gonna be great.
Unwritten Law, I cannot wait.
Unwritten Law, hell yeah, dude. Exact, like, same thing with Unwritten Law. There's just so many cool bands that, like, there's just so many cool bands I've just not seen or listened to in just like quite some time, that I'm like, damn, I was a big fan of that band back in the day.
I'm like re-listening to it now. I have a long drive to work, and I'm just busting out old shit.
Dude, Elva is such a dope fucking record, and
I love Self-Titled. Right before
Self-Titled was fucking great too. I used to skate to Self-Titled.
Same.
But yeah.
Well, even speaking to like the diversity of this lineup is just absolutely insane, and it does fit with like that Warped Tour mentality. Because I mean, take a look at the two like headliners for day one and day two. Day one, Black Flag. Okay, you're talking like one of the like absolute pioneering bands for punk rock right there. But then you go to night two, and it's like Secondhand Serenade. That's something completely different, but we're going to all go from like giant circle pits and moshing to the second night when the headliner comes. We're going to be singing our emo hearts out like none other. It's going to be one of the most like, it's like, how is this going to work? But then also, perfect way to describe it, where all these different people are going to be coming together because they love this kind of music. There's so much for so many different people, the point where there's going to be the hardcore stuff, there's going to be the metalcore stuff, post-hardcore, where we're going to be getting mosh pits going. I'm going to be having a blast. I'm going to be the one that has trouble when there's stuff going on. I'm like, there's no pit. Well, I'm going to be like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, I don't know. Like, I might just be sitting there like, okay.
People are going to be going from crying to moshing in a matter of like one set. Yeah, dude, it's but that's again, and I think that bands need to, some of the bands, like, I'm stoked that everybody signed on to play this festival, especially the later bands, because they saw how diverse the lineup is, and that's awesome, because music needs to start coming together, and like the musicians, I think it's their responsibility, our responsibility, to provide awesome environments for people to just like, we are entertainers, people pay money to see us, and that's the greatest form of like flattery, honestly. Like Nate Van Dam from Hit the Lights told me that a long time ago, and it was like, I'm like, I was very young when he told me that. He goes, dude, put on the best show of your life, man. Every time you get on stage, just try to give it like 110, because people are paying to see you, and that's just amazing. Like, that should be one of the greatest feelings in the world. And I think a lot of artists, unfortunately, take that for granted, because it's just so like on repeat. But you gotta take a step back, and no matter how exhausting it can be, you need to like appreciate every moment of that and every individual, and give everybody the time of day within reason, and just come together. So diverse shows equals diverse audience, and I love that. I love that. I think nobody wants to see the same fucking band like 5 times, and like a lot of the tours and bills, man, it's just like 4 or 5 bands that sound the same to me half the time. So it's like, I don't know. I loved when like Memphis Mayfire went out with Yellow Card. My old band toured with Yellow Card, and they're awesome dudes, but I loved the dynamic of Yellow Card and Memphis on the same bill, because it's it, man. You want new people. How are you going to reach new people if you're playing
the same genre?
Yeah, you can beat the same genre, and yeah, there's a lot of people that like you can reach and stuff, but step out a little bit further, and then some of those people will be like, you just reached a whole new audience.
Well, I have to say this too. When it comes to like some of those tours where, you get some of the exact same kind of music on there, there's certain bands on there that I absolutely love seeing. So of course, if I'm going to get something like that, it's going to be like, oh, this is awesome. But I know where you're coming from too, because one of the tours that happened this year was the Knocked Loose headlining tour back in the spring, because it was them and Kubla Khan that went out. It's like, okay, that makes sense. Those two bands are very similar in style. Fans are very similar. So with Knocked Loose headlining and Kubla Khan in support, in between them, so direct support for Knocked Loose was Movements. So we're going from like hardcore to pop punk back to hardcore, and it's like, wait, what the actual hell? All of a sudden Movements goes on. It was one of the most fun sets I've seen the entire year, because all these crazy hardcore kids are just like, this is a lot of fun just to get down to. So everyone was having a blast, and I'm like, man, I kind of want to listen to some more Movements after this. Like, this was fun.
Yep. See, and that right there is like a cool thing. That little thing can spark, somebody just going, damn, I want to go check them out. Or that was really cool. I heard a little bit, but not enough. Now I want to go hear the rest of that. So, and that little bit of, even that little bit of, change, that little dynamic is still great. That's still something good to add to a bill.
Yeah, and a bill that we have like this when we were hungry. I mean, like you said, you can go from crying at one set to moshing the next set to just straight up vibing the next set, and all of a sudden you can probably just end up going grabbing a beer or something. And all of a sudden you're gonna hear some band play you never even knew, and it's gonna be like, wait, that kind of reminds me of like Sleeping with Sirens and Pierce the Veil. Wait, I really like that sound. I'm just gonna walk over here, see what it is, and now there's a band that's got another fan just basically by sheer happenstance because you get a chance to. Plus, it feels like with When We Were Hungry, just based off of how it's been put together, with how everything's coming together as well, with all the bands that are on there. It seems like, again, that whole entire family vibe, but with the fans' perspective as well. It feels like a lot of the fans here are going to be able to not only see these bands that they've loved for so long, but potentially get to meet them and actually hang out with them and, have a legitimate conversation instead of just like the 5-second, like, hey, hi, liked your show, man, I'm a big fan kind of thing. Like, you might actually have you're probably gonna have a better chance to really have legitimate conversations with some of these artists that you really love just based off of the family putting this together festival and just having a blast. Like, there's this whole family vibe that just is resonating off of it right now.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. We can't wait, dude, and we can't wait to see it. Honestly, it'll be dope. I think we should do like a little live video type of thing or something like when we come out. So I think it'll be fun.
Little live, ooh, that would be interesting. I would say I would watch that live video, but I'm going to be in the middle of the crowd when you guys go on. So
no, I mean, do it like you and us do a little live video. We could do a little live Q&A. Maybe we'll throw some, some of the pages up and go live on it. We could do a live like little interview or something if you want. We'll freaking party up.
I'll bring my shit, and I'll make sure that when we're doing it, if it's before your set, we'll just hang out. If it's after your set, we'll do it. But we'll also have beer in our hand too, because that sounds like fun. Maybe pancakes as well, because pancakes in the pit. We gotta follow along with the festival guidelines. I just gotta say
we're making a special shirt for this festival.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's gonna have a clever little witty statement on it too. We don't want to drop it right now because just in case one of these bands try to like they can go
fucking fire and everyone's welcome.
So yeah, Mike came up with like a dope little like a play on of words. So we're gonna have a special shirt just for that festival. I think it'll be an awesome time, honestly. So yeah, we're gonna drop that shirt. It'll be exclusive for there with like a select order. Like we're not printing it beyond that, but it'll be fun. So we're gonna start promoting that I think in the next month or so and get people hyped out for just to pick up that shirt because we're only gonna print like probably like 100. Honestly,
100 would probably be the smart.
Yeah, we'll just do 100 and that's it. So there'll be 100 of that shirt and no more.
Alrighty, well, if that's the case, I got to make sure I, probably go to my full-time job and be like, you guys got to pay me more because I'm going to go to this festival, even as a sponsor, like, I'm going to be buying, like, so much fucking merch just out of nowhere just because, well, I love all these bands. I want to support them, and if you're going to end up creating this one-off cool shirt, I'm just going to be like, of course I'm going to want to pick something like that up. Who the hell wouldn't? I mean, I picked up this one because this one was awesome as all hell, so I got to just add to the collection.
That shirt is money, dude. I wear that fucking shirt too. We've reprinted that shirt more than any other. It's such a popular design. And that show me your O face, that saying we have on the back, we're gonna do like a whole run of shirts with just on the back that say show me your O face. So they're all gonna have like it's gonna be part of like the show me your O face collection.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will say this though about this shirt. The last time I was up at a show in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which is where I saw you guys play, the last time I was up there was for Killswitch Engage, August Burns Red, Light the Torch. I saw 3 people wearing this shirt, and I'm just like, no fucking way.
You want to know what's hilarious about that? I went to go see August Burns Red as well, but they were playing with Moth the Flames.
Like Moth the Flames.
Like, yeah, and King something. But long story short, I'm in the crowd and I see a guy in that and I fucking grab him and I'm like, yo, and he's like, yo. And then we took a picture and then I went and watched the rest of the show.
Wasn't there people at the Gemini show?
Yeah,
Syracuse?
There was people at the Gemini show too that had our shirt.
I think somebody had that shirt on. Yeah, that shirt's a popular shirt, man. We see it quite often. It's awesome. I love it. It makes me happy that people dig that one.
Well, yeah, anytime you get something that says "Show me your O face" on the back, of course, people are gonna look at it and laugh. But when you've got Patrick Bateman just, full on just
Yep.
it just fits, and you get the American Psycho vibe in there. Of course, you guys go out on the road in October, you put these out there, get the Halloween feeler. Everyone's in like the oh my god, spooky season, so they're gonna end up going to grab it anyway because they just want to feel scary at that time.
Yeah, dude. I'm such a horror buff, and I know that like Ice Nine is like just completely capitalizing on it. So a part of me was like, do I hold off on this for a while? But I'm like, you know what? Those are my boys. I don't give a fuck, man. There's more than enough horror for all of us to represent and dish out. So we got a lot more designs we're gonna be dropping with that stuff. But yeah.
Oh dear God, and I wonder like what face are gonna appear on there. Just oh boy, like I'm already trying to think of what it could be, but I can make guesses, but I don't want to know what it is because I want to see these things and be shocked as all hell when they come out. I don't want to like spoil any of the fun.
Oh, good. Yeah. Off record, we do got Mike's had to drive like an hour and a half to get home. If that's cool, I just wanted to like kind of put that in there.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, I got like really one more thing I really want to touch on before we can, be like, okay, we're good here, and I'll see you guys out in October. But so with the new record, like the new music you're working on top of the new team that you put together, and when it comes to Living Dead as well, just like pushing that towards radio, because you guys, but right before we record this, you were on the Guns Club Twitch channel with Shannon Guns. So how the hell did that happen? And like, how big is this going to be for pushing, this brand new single?
I was gonna say, I mean, realistically, I'm pretty tight with Rue's husband Brian from Gemini, and I think me and Rue were just shooting the shit, and then she's just like, "Yo, what do you guys think about coming on the gun show with me and Shannon?" I was like, I text Joey and I was like, "Yo, you down?" And he's like, "Of course." So she messaged us Tuesday. Yeah, it was like literally Tuesday, and here we are a day and a half later. Just it was such a great invite. I mean, we love Rue. Rue was, on tour with us we were on tour with her for almost 2 months, and then the second run we had with them. So I mean, like we spent a lot of days with Rue, so it was it's good to catch up.
Yeah, Mike went out to Brian and Rue's wedding too, so it's again, dude, it's just that friendship with dope people and stuff. And then when Rue reached out, it was just obviously hell yeah. And so like we're Blame the Dead was just on test drive, I feel like a month and a half ago, maybe, I don't know. And with the new single coming out, I'm like, oh, this is actually perfect timing to do this. So Shannon was awesome, gave us the the welcome back, and we're just like, let's premiere the next one. So we spontaneously just dropped the Blame the Dead video, which was like interesting in itself, and we didn't anticipate really we didn't know what to do with it. We were sitting on it for a while. I had to edit the video, and I'm not a video editor by any means, but I'm like, what are we going to do with all this footage? We've already paid for it, and I needed to do something with it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just do my best, and we're just going to get it out there and let it be something, and it'll bridge the gap. So now we can focus on the next single. It's like we're putting that release to, just putting it behind us now. And
moving forward.
And that's really it. Yeah. I mean, the video, like we'll do a little bit of promotion on it, let people know they can watch it, something like that. But we're moving forward. So, even new videographers we're working with, the visuals that we're going to be working with are going to be like next level. Like the videos we have coming up are just sick. So that's funny.
So on my phone, I just got a notification that we released a video. And I don't it's funny, I don't follow my own band on YouTube, but like I just got a notification. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's just perfect timing.
It really was.
Fucking Google's listening to you, bro.
They're listening to all of us.
They're listening to all of us, and my phone just buzzed too. So let me check this thing, because if that was the video, oh no, that was someone else sending me a message from actually one of the
that would have been crazy.
Actually, it was a band that's on the When We Were Hungry lineup that I'm bringing on the podcast in we're recording a couple of days. We just confirmed it. That was the message I got. So I'm like, woo, alrighty. But like, my phone's listening to me too if I just got that message. Like,
that would have been fucking creepy.
Big brother.
It would have been. But also with you guys putting a whole entire new team together behind you as well to really push this, what's basically the plan in order to make sure this next single with getting out to radio and making sure it has the most impact positively for the band as possible. What's the plan for that? Because I'm very curious to see this, hear this, and see it in action, because I want to see you guys get to that point where you want to be with this music, with Outlier. I want to see you get to where exactly you want to be. So what's the plan to get there?
Thank you, dude. Yeah, so there's a lot of prep involved. We have a lot of moving parts. So, from a radio team to like new guys, like even representing the band, who are just bridging the gaps of certain relationships that we need. And everybody's very involved right now. Like everybody's on the same page. We have like a whole new crew and a little bit of old crew that we've worked with, like the ones that were like, that are we still have really good reports with that we wanted to carry over into the future of the band. But with it being the 9th is like so it's going to hit radio on the 6th, and it's going to be released everywhere on the 9th. And we're going to be driving out to Long Island to shoot a video with Tom Flynn, who has done the past few Lamb of God music videos. And so we're going to be doing that on the 22nd through the 24th. We'll be in Long Island shooting the video for Living Dead, and he's going to crush it and get it in, like, get it ready to go for premiere on the 9th, honestly. We took new promos. We're just, again, dude, it's kind of like you put this little package together and then you got to roll it out nice. You know what I'm saying? You got to have your new promos, your logo's got to be fire. Your artwork's got to be fucking incredible. Like everything has to be perfect and ready to go. Like the display has to be awesome and ready. And then it's just, that's it, man. We're launching into the final, quarter of when music will get dropped, and that's it. The industry kind of starts becoming radio silence once November hits, and that's really it. So, we want to get it out there. And Living Dead, I mean, honestly, lyrically, it fits the Halloween vibe, and it's just going to be perfect for fall. And we need every single person to contact their local rock stations and just request the song. Like we really need people's help. We've never been so vocal about things like that. We feel like we're already grateful for what people do give us, like their attention and stuff, but but this is like a time where we have to be a little bit like, we have to ask for help. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to like swallow our pride a little bit and ask for help. And I think a lot of people are willing to support us, and we just need to kind of tell them how, and people are going to, do it.
I think everyone realizes we're like at the point where we're like so close to just breaking out. And, it's nice to see that we have support from not only our peers, but like people from the industry, like obviously Rude just reaching out and saying, hey, let's be on this show. But I think our fans understand that too. And with everyone coming together and supporting us, like I really feel like 23 is our year. And it's going to start off with this campaign.
Yeah. This should be the beginning of a whole new life for us, man. And it's going to be like unlike anything we've ever done. It's going to be like unlike anything we've released. So we're really excited about it. And that's why I think that it would be great to catch up with you out there and do like a nice little live interview segment and stuff. I mean, I think it would be just, we're going to have some new platforms. I've been wanting to create a Twitch account, honestly, where I just shoot the shit with some of my favorite people that I meet throughout the industry and just ask them and how they got involved, because I'm just a social creature, as you know. We can talk for hours, and not to like take away from anything or anybody, or just like take away from the band, but just to kind of like talk again. And just, I think music's amazing and it brings so many people together, and I just want to know how people got involved with music and when it like really changed their life.
See, now that's something that will just continue to add more to the band as well. And when it comes to the new single, it's ask for that help and getting all the fans and get as many people as you can galvanized to request it as much as possible on these radio stations. Request it all the time. Like basically tag all the Octane DJs and be like, play this, play this, play this. Literally go the route that I've seen Kingdom Collapse go with that, because they've been able to do the exact same thing, just galvanizing the troops. And all of a sudden, now when they release new songs, it's like they're added Octane like that, because it's ingrained in their mind. You guys doing the gun show, I mean, that's the perfect start to it. You're already in that mode. You're already getting to that. You have those relationships there. Now, if you galvanize the fans in order to really push it as well, constantly tagging people, constantly reaching out to those DJs saying, hey, play this, I want to hear this, getting creative with the messages. Of course, they're going to end up having to do it eventually because they're not going to be able to ignore everybody for long. On top of that, the more you add to your ability to, reach the fans as well, especially you, Joey, like having a potential Twitch channel just to shoot the shit with people, bring people on and just start talking music, start talking life, kind of like what we do here. God damn, all of a sudden, people are going to start gravitating towards that channel because you're going to be talking to people that they want to hear from as well. And all of a sudden, they're going to start hearing from you and it's going to be like, my God, we just want to listen to this guy talk every fucking chance we get because just the conversations are absolutely insane. Like, we do not want to miss a second of this shit.
And unfiltered. Raw as they get.
As raw as they get. And I do actually like the idea of doing some sort of live Q&A thing at When We Were Hungry. I got 2 months to figure out exactly how I'm going to end up pulling that off. We've got 2 months to figure out. We'll figure it out. That's what
we'll figure it out.
I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. One last thing before we close this out, though, because I am curious about this. So, with the new batch of music that you guys are working on, are you still working with JD on these?
We are.
Oh yeah.
Good, because for the stuff that I've heard you working out with him, everything that's come, I'm like, dude, please keep working with JD. I remember the one time we talked with JD on the podcast, with the Arena Side project, where it was always pushing, I like what you're doing here, but I don't believe you yet. I don't believe you. Every single release, it's I'm hearing that believability in the vocals, I'm hearing the believability in everything. So keep working with that guy because the music just keeps getting better and better every time you work together because that chemistry is there. It's awesome.
He's a beast.
JD is an amazing friend and he's amazing supporter of this band and he really just wants to see it succeed. And him and I have such a very transparent relationship and it'll just he'll push me, man. And I have that thick skin where, if he says something sucks, I'm going to trust his opinion. I'm not going to go, well, I thought it was great. It'll be, I'll accept it because I know he's trying to bring the best out of me. And, it's, a lot of people can't really handle that. They think that they take it too personal. And I don't with him. I know he's just, at the end of the day, I know he just wants to see this succeed. And he's going to do whatever he can to make it and get it to that point of that.
He's a next level musician. He's unreal at everything, drums, bass, guitar, he vocals, he can do it all. And he's just so fucking good.
JD's a prodigy.
He really is. He's one of the most talented people I've ever met. And motherfucker can write a riff and he can write a song. And he's just, I'm very grateful he's in our corner. He's just such a great dude too. He, not only is he great at music, but he's just a great person. He's just a sweet dude.
Just an overall great person to have around the band to be able to work with and to be able to help you guys out to achieve the level of music that you want to get with Outlier, to achieve the level where you want to be with as a band, just everything. You got the perfect person in your corner, and with the rest of the team you're building around you, looks like you're building this up the best way possible so that, 2023 is going to be the year of Outlier. So that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I want to see from you guys, and well, we're going to make it happen. How is that going to happen? There's going to be a lot of different ways it might happen, but is it going to happen? We're making it happen.
We're going to make it happen. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that, bro.
Oh, you're welcome. So as we bring this podcast to conclusion, so you guys can get home, get some sleep, and also because I'm pretty sure you got a big day again tomorrow as well with all this stuff you're doing in the studio, all the stuff you got going on. I want to make sure you guys are doing the best bound possible. So as we bring this podcast to its close, guys, I'd like to give you guys a chance to say whatever you want to say, plug whatever you want to plug, promote whatever you want to promote at the end of the podcast. So, gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Go ahead, Mike.
I appreciate you having us on, and thank you so much. And obviously, we just released Blame the Dead, so go to YouTube, check out Blame the Dead, and that's all I got for right now.
And I'd like to capitalize on that. Thank you, Kev. Appreciate you having us on, man. I love coming on and chatting with you, and every fan, honestly, every single fan that's been diehard and that whether they've been since the beginning or they're just coming on board now, we appreciate you. And we just, a lot of bands say it, but truth is we really couldn't do it without you. So
no, every email that I get or every DM that I get on Instagram or Facebook, I respond to that shit immediately, and like I can't thank anybody got enough, because like realistically, if you guys weren't supporting, like we wouldn't have no one to play in front of, and life would be pretty boring. So thank you.
Life would be boring, but we're so much happier that life is nowhere near as boring as it could be, because we get to listen to great music like the music from Outlier. It's fantastic.
Oh,
And
thank you, bro.
Thanks, Kevin.
it's now time for me on this podcast with three things. First things first. Yes, we've got new music coming out from Outlier on September 9th. We've got a brand new music video for you guys to check out as well. On top of that, 2023 is going to be the year of Outlier. So if you're not following along with the band already, you're going to want to be doing that. So go to the description of the podcast. Of course, say find Outlier online. Links for the socials, links where you can watch videos, links where you can go get tickets for whatever live shows they're playing. Make sure you come out to We Were Hungry Festival to come see these guys play live. We'll mosh the pit. We'll have a fucking blast where you can buy some merch, where you can listen to music, stream music, download music, buy music, everything like that. Be in the description of the podcast. There'll be links, labels, click, go. It's going to take you there. I'm doing all the hard work for you guys. All you have to do is click. Like, I'm doing all the research. I'm making it as easy as possible.
You really are.
You really are, man. One man
Key
team.
here. And now it's time for number 2. And Joey, you know exactly where I'm going with this. So, Mike, this is going to be also in with you as well. So, every time I have bands on the podcast, I absolutely love having it on the podcast. And this is another little story behind it as well. In April, I end up getting to meet up with the guys from Caskets and Holy in Absence, because I've had Caskets on the podcast twice. I was drinking beer with them on their tour bus, and Luke from Holy in Absence asked me who are my top 5 favorite guests on the podcast. He's like, you don't have to answer. And I literally rattled them off like crazy. It was just like, all right, not in order. I'm like, King Collapse, GFM, Outlier, Caskets, Varsity. And they're like, who's Outlier? I'm like, go check them out, dude. So, like, I was like, literally, like, rattling them off. Like, you guys are always one of my favorites. Joey, you're one of my favorite guests of all time. So,
thank you, bro.
there's no way in hell I'm ever going to do a podcast and this promise is not going to be hit. So, at When We Were Hungry Festival, when we do that whole entire, like, fun live stream thing, just, little Q&A stuff, before the set, after the set, before I throw flowers into the crowd or throw flowers at you, whatever it is, when we do that whole entire thing, I'll tell you this, guys, that first round, it's on me.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, man.
You're very welcome. So, can I end this podcast by saying goodbye? Fuck no, I can't say goodbye to one of my favorite guests of all time. On top of that, I'm going to see you guys in like 2 months, so this is not goodbye, gentlemen. No. This is...
See you later, bro.
Well, folks, I'm in an interview with Joey and Mike from Outlier. Again, some of my favorite guests to ever have in the podcast. Always do one with them once a year, and perfect timing. Brand new music, brand new appearance at the When We Were Hungry Music Festival, October 21st of 2022 in Las Vegas, Nevada. And 2023 being the year of Outlier, yeah, we're making it happen. So you're going to want to follow along with Outlier as well. Make sure you're a part of everything that's going on. So go to the description of the podcast. Here it says find Outlier online. Links and labels for social media accounts, for where you can watch videos, where you can stream their music, buy the music, download the music, where you can pre-save it, where you can get some merch, where you can find them playing live near you. All in the description of the podcast where it says find Outlier online. Go there, click there, follow along with them, become a part of this crew, because you're going to want to. Also, be sure to be subscribed to the Chord Progression Podcast and follow along with us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, links to the podcast as well. We are also, for the podcast, please subscribe on YouTube, where you can watch all these interviews, or you can listen on Spotify, Podcasts, iHeart, Amazon, wherever you're going to be listening to your podcast. I know we're a lot of different places. So please hit that subscribe button. It helps us out. Hit that stream button or play button. Helps us out. So if you're subscribed, thank you. If you're not subscribed and now you're going to be subscribed after this episode, thank you. If you're not subscribed and you're like, yeah, I like this episode, but I just don't want to subscribe. First, I'm going to ask you to reconsider. Second is, if you reconsidered and you're going to subscribe, see part number 2 where I said thank you. If you're just like, I just don't want to subscribe, thank you for stopping by anyway. Thank you for being a part of this podcast, listening experience as well. Hope to see you back sometime soon. You're always welcome here. Also want to thank support for this podcast. Remember, Manscaped, that Lawnmower 4.0. There it goes. Get 20% off and free shipping by using the code CPP at manscaped.com. And remember to get your tickets for the When We Were Hungry Music Festival happening in Las Vegas, Nevada, October 21st of 2022. Pancakes in the Pit, memes in the dreams, baby. On top of that, get to see Outlier play live. Get to see a lot of these other bands play live. Want to relive that Warped Tour feeling? Want to get that back? When We Were Hungry, baby. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Joey, once again, man. Always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you for joining us, Mike, for this one. Can't wait to see you guys out at When We Were Hungry Festival. I got to find a way to get those flowers in there to throw at you so you can hit that Tony Bennett moment, man. It's going to happen somehow. some way. So on that note, that's going to be for me, guys. Thank you for listening to the Chord Progression Podcast. My name is Kevin, and you guys know how I end every single one of them with a big, healthy, and hearty. See ya! Yeah!